All right, I call the order of the regular council meeting of the City of Sandwich, Monday, February 3rd, time being 8:20 PM. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Alderman Arnett.
Here.
Alderwoman Erickson. Here. Alderman Fritsch.
Here.
Alderwoman Johnson. Here. Alderman Kreinbrink.
Here.
Alderman Lilbrandt is absent. Alderman Robinson.
Here.
And Alderman White Cotton.
Here.
Okay, we have a quorum. Next item is audience comments. Are there any audience comments? Okay, hearing none, to the consent agenda. Motion to adopt the consent agenda as a whole. All matters are considered to be routine by the council and acted by one motion. If discussed and desired, that item can be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. They are item A, approval of the minutes of the regular council meeting of January 20th, 2025. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Yeah, I'll make that motion.
Alderman Fritsch, is there a second?
I'll second. Go ahead.
Alderwoman Johnson. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Consent agenda passes. I already gave my mayor's report in the last meeting. Anything else for attorney report?
No, but I just will clarify, administrative adjudications are the third Wednesday of every month. So this month, it will be February 19th. And my understanding is that the hearing is intending to go forward on that day. If there were any continuances, the next one would be March 19th. And so forth and so on. They are always the third Wednesday of the month.
What time are those at?
1 p.m.
Thank you.
I do have a question regarding that piece of property. At previous council, we talked about they're getting fined daily, and instead of sitting in our adjudication, moving that to DeKalb County, are we moving forward with that?
I believe that that discussion has been had between one of the other attorneys in my office, and I think he came down here last week, and so.
Right, we spoke mostly about adjudication, so we need, if that's the direction we want.
Is our adjudication is just ours. We're looking at a fine upwards of $200,000, and we're looking at the state of Illinois, the IEPA, saying, hey, guys, if you don't do something, we're going to. And that's hurting the city if we don't. So I would think moving forward with something a little more serious, like DeKalb County Court versus our adjudication, where there won't be enough time in the day to sit and adjudicate that.
That is in Kendall County.
I was gonna say, is that actually Kendall County though?
That is Kendall
Not that
County.
it,
Kendall County
that
or
doesn't make
however
a
it
huge
may be.
difference, but I just making sure I know
Oh, it is.
what
Take
judge.
it over to Eric and get it done.
So I believe the adjudication officer said that they didn't have their attorney, that they needed to appear in February, and they would hear the adjudication. So I'd say if that doesn't occur, then we probably should proceed with the Kendall County court system.
Yeah, I think that might be the idea, is that if it's not resolved, then we would do that.
Yeah, my understanding was they didn't have legal representation, they were entitled to it, and they were told to bring it. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right, anything else? Attorney Gottschalk?
No.
All right, Clerk EE,
Nothing this evening.
okay. Administrative report?
The only thing I wanted to comment on is we had some public comment just a few minutes ago about the insurance. We did have a new adjuster through our insurance program on December 1st. Those claims were filed in December, or in October, right away. We were hoping that they were going to be finished by December, and I believe then it switched over and some of that has gotten goofed up. So I'm still working as much as I can on behalf of everybody, but it's still one of those things that with, right now they're saying it's immunity, so, but it's unfortunate for the businesses downtown. We want to support our businesses as much as we can. So it's an insurance company and we know how sometimes they are. So we'll keep working at that. That's all I've got for now.
EMA, Tony Epperly.
Just forgot to mention, tomorrow is outdoor warning siren testing at 10 o'clock. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Chief City?
I don't have anything further.
Okay. Council reports. I'll go in reverse order.
I've got nothing further.
Oh, come on, I'm gonna wait till last for you. Alderman White Cotton.
Just one thing, I'll keep reminding everybody every meeting,
push for that Main Street demolition. Keep it at the front of your mind. I have a draft.
Yeah, we have a draft of the bid process, so. Okay, anything else, Alderman White Cotton? That's it. Okay, thank you, Rick. Alderman Robinson.
I was gonna mention last meeting, just that we need to bring up and talk possibly at the next committee of the whole meeting. Water rates, we haven't talked about it for a little bit with being water or with it being, winter. But we had discussions probably, I think the first time was probably back in October, reference to, late fees, late charges. I brought it up because I had gotten my bill every day in the mail right around the 1st of October or whatever, and I want to say, and I could be off a month, but whichever day it was, I was late with mine because I got it in the mail almost a month after it was due. And, of course, I paid my water bill. I didn't pay the late fee, and I still haven't. And I think I've got another late fee, even though I paid my bill on time, I didn't pay the late charge still. So I think I got another late fee, not positive on that, I've got to double check. But we need to have some discussion on that because we talked about whether or not it's still appropriate to be doing it as a set amount or a percentage, or we talked about other ways of doing it. Just to refresh your memory, we talked a little bit about, we had some information that Jeff had printed out and talked about what we had taken in, like with late charges and stuff like that, and how many people were making payments and things like that. And it wasn't a big drastic difference between the way it was before. Probably the biggest thing was, for businesses, we had upped that, and obviously them paying a 20% on a large water bill was quite a hit. But again, just bringing it up, I had some people had complained about the fees and everything, but we need to figure out what we're gonna do or if we're gonna do anything about it. And 'cause like I said, I'm not sure. I know we discussed it for quite a while before we passed it, but I'm not sure if I really realized that it was gonna be the 20% or whatever for the residential. I knew we were mostly focused on the commercial or business, so just wanted to bring that up.
Okay, do you want that on the next meeting?
If we could, just for, again, discussion, if people could maybe go back and look at your old paperwork and see if you have discussions. We talked about even, I think, a one-time or yearly, whatever it was, clemency, or, it's not the right word, but yeah, forgiveness for, like I said, somebody had it in between their bills and forgot, and they're never late, and things like that. So just a thought.
Okay.
That's all I had, though. Thank you.
Okay, Alderman Kreinbrink.
The only thing that I should have brought up in the last meeting was our budget meeting, so we didn't talk about that, right? In case I forgot about it. Budget meeting, we're gonna have February 18th at 4:30 here in the council chambers. So that'll be our first discussion with that committee, just to go over things. So if you wanna come in and hear what it's all about initially, come on by.
Are you gonna list it as a budget meeting, or is it gonna be a committee of the whole budget meeting?
It's gonna be a budget meeting is the way we had it, unless we
Okay.
wanna do it as a committee of a whole
The
budget.
only
meeting.
reason I'm saying is because nobody else can participate other than the budget committee. So I brought this up before, that none of the other aldermen.
Unless the chairman so chooses to allow others to interject as they see fit, right?
Not sure about that, but all I know is from past experience, and don't want to get in trouble for an Open Meetings Act or.
Well, I think it was a special meeting, so the special meeting only lets you take action on what's listed on the agenda.
And this first one is just to make sure that everything's earmarked out, and we can go over each section and questions and answers on each section.
I'm just going back to past about finance meeting that I've already been warned before years ago, but by our legal representation that to be on the safe side, alderman, mayor should not be participating in the finance committee meetings unless they are part of finance. Otherwise, they're part of the audience. Just a thought if you actually want everybody to participate.
It's a standing committee in the municipal code, so they should be able to hold their own committee meeting.
And I mean, if you want, you can add on the agenda, like you have here, the alderman names.
Yeah.
to allow.
I mean, I'm fine with having Q and A after each section.
Or call it, I mean, or if you want to call it a committee, budget committee of the whole or something. I mean,
It would be different than our ad hoc ones, where they have a separate agenda and they're allowed to interact with whoever they need to with the business on
Right.
the agenda. Okay, we'll double check.
I think the way that we ran it before is the first meeting was just a regular budget meeting, then we had a special meeting that was for everybody, more of like a workshop, and then we went back into the budget meeting, so.
Okay.
Well, I was gonna be there and making a request. Can I do that?
there's public comment at every
Yeah.
meeting.
Okay.
Okay, so make sure you get the agenda up in advance.
Yeah, so I'll get that made up and ready to rock and roll and hang it up and give it to Denise.
Okay. Is that it, Fred?
That's all I have, thank you, sir.
Alderwoman Johnson?
Nothing further, thanks.
Alderman Fritsch?
Nothing, thank you.
Alderwoman Erickson?
I was only going to touch on the late fees, but he already did that, so that's all I have.
Okay. Alderman Arnett? Save the best for last. There you go.
Save me for last again?
No, that's one for comment.
Oh, if I felt better, I'd have plenty, but I'm done today, so.
All right. Old business. This is item A. This is discussion and possible action and approval of amending ordinance chapter 82, traffic and vehicles, article 2, operation of vehicles, division 3, through one-way and yield streets, stop intersections, section 8281, stop streets of the city of Sandwich. So these are recommended stop signs that are to be placed in Fairwood subdivision that are up before council for approval. Is there a motion to approve amending ordinance as stated under chapter 82, article 2, division 3, section 8281?
Motion.
Okay. Alderman Arnett, is there a second?
I'll second.
Alderman Kreinbrink, is there a discussion on the item A ordinance?
I just question, are you guys happy with the proposed new stop signs?
So I'm happy with it because the police department did a traffic study, and this comes directly from the study they gave us, so.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? All right, will the clerk please call the roll?
Alderman White Cotton,
Aye.
Alderman Arnett,
Aye.
Alderwoman Erickson,
Aye.
Alderman Fritsch.
Aye.
Alderwoman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Kreinbrink.
Aye.
And Alderman Robinson.
Aye.
All right, the motion passes. Moving on to item 13, new business. Item A is approval of monthly bills totaling $316,169.45. Is that a correct amount from the Finance Committee Chair?
Yes, sir.
All right, will someone make a motion to approve the monthly bills in the amount as stated?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, Alderwoman Johnson, is there a second?
I'll second that.
Alderman Fritsch, any discussion on the monthly bills or questions? Okay, will the clerk please call the roll?
Alderman Kreinbrink.
Aye.
Alderman Robinson.
No.
Alderman White Cotton.
No.
Alderman Arnett.
Aye.
Alderwoman Erickson.
No.
Was that yes?
No.
No. Okay. Alderman Fritsch.
Aye.
And Alderwoman Johnson.
Aye.
All right, and I vote aye. 5-3 passes. Item B, discussion of possible action to authorize the mayor to sign final agreements to submit the IEPA SRF funding for future projects. So that's just council authorizing me to continue to participate in the program. We will still have those documents if it's accepted for final approval. Is there a motion to allow me to move forward with the submittal for those particular projects?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, Alderman White Cotton, is there a second?
I'll second.
Alderwoman Erickson. Any discussion on item B, new business?
Would just like to make sure that when we do that, if there's anything or wording about the lead service replacement in any of it, anywhere, that we're sure that we know what the rules are and what the commitments are of having that money and being on the hook for stuff that we might not be on the hook for otherwise.
Okay, this one doesn't currently include that, but if it does, absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay, yep. Any other discussion? Okay, will the clerk please call the roll?
Alderman Fritsch.
Aye.
Alderwoman Johnson.
Aye.
Alderman Kreinbrink.
Aye.
Alderman Robinson.
Aye.
Alderman White Cotton,
Aye.
Alderman Arnett,
Aye.
Alderwoman Erickson.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. And we do have a need to go into executive session under 5 ILCS 122C5. It is the purchase or lease of real property for the use of the public body, including meetings held for the purpose of discussing whether a particular parcel should be acquired. Is there a motion to enter closed session?
Motion.
Alderwoman Johnson, is there a second? Alderwoman Erickson? All right, will the clerk please call the roll to enter closed session?
Alderman Robinson. Aye. Alderman White Cotton,
Aye.
Alderman Arnett,
Aye.
Alderwoman Erickson.
Aye.
Alderman Fritsch.
Aye.
Alderwoman Johnson. Aye. Alderman Kreinbrink.
Aye.
Okay, we'll meet in the back room. Oh, yes, there will be no final action for this closed session, just to remind the media and the members present